Hi, welcome to Better Thyself segment of Dr. Lamba's Awakening Call. Today we are confronted by coronavirus, COVID-19. But then you can either succumb to it, be a biped instead of being a human being, be a dumb driven cattle rather than being a Homo sapien, or you can face it by being creative and spreading hope. I fully appreciate and agree that under such strenuous circumstances, the human battery of hope, joy, and aspiration, and I call it a battery, it discharges very fast. But we have to maintain it. We have got to ensure that the battery of hope, joy, aspiration, creativity does not drain out. When disappointment knocks, hope should open the door. The moments when diversities loom large, the first casualty usually is a person's ability to think right and stay inspired. And it's up to you to stay inspired if you are a better human being. This is a matter of grave concern that it takes to be happy and prosperous. And it is an ounce of imagination germinated from within. When people do not think positive, they spread unhappy vibes into society. Yesterday, I noticed a few posts on the social media which were highly disturbing. Someone wrote a blog on the man who committed suicide while going through the phase of isolation. Some others carried absolute depressive pictures about the stories of their life. I strongly condemn all this creativity, negativity which is pouring down. Thanks to the lockdown, a vast majority of people are continuously glued to the news channel and social media, and that is like a tsunami of infection of misinformation, disinformation, negative information. And the impending slowdown, which may mean millions being jobless, makes it scary reading, scary watching. Under such circumstances, as I said earlier, we have got to conserve the battery of hope, creativity, and aspiration. And I strongly urge you that you can be a better human being by bringing out the three traits in your personality. And those traits are change, creativity, and hope. These only would be the survival toolkits in the times to come. Tough times never stay for long. This too shall pass away is the creed. Now, what's change required? As I said, things will never be the same again. The current situation will compel logistics of survival to evolve into unique, new, and unknown attributes. It shall be wise for us human beings to accept reality. The way one has been surviving till date has to change. There may be a new routine, there may be new unique norms, different work modalities, beyond imagination, and there might be changes in new methodologies, relationships, food habits. All these may be skewed at. We must be prepared to align with everything unforeseen. We must be prepared to see a smooth transition into a new era of life on earth. We have to be ready not just to accept change, but also proactively introduce in our life change in our thought, change in our action, change in our behavior, change in our pattern of our life. And then this change is to be coupled with creativity. The idea is in the creativity is to move ahead and avoid getting stuck. It is time to think crazy. And when I say it's time to think crazy, it's also time to think big. What if the internet services get disrupted tomorrow? What if the farmers are not able to produce food that is required? What would be the new avatar of communication and livelihood? And since various dimensions of our life are liable to unprecedented change, the key for the survival is innovation and creativity. Mind you, I repeat, innovation and creativity. This is already happening. Many organizations which could never even imagine work from home have developed techniques to do so. Many social and business meetings are already happening through new technologies. As a person who is in communication, I have seen this happen. And enough of the living on convergence. You see, the biggest problem with a human being is that they develop a habit of living with convergence. It is time to think of divergence and to be ready to accept new dimensions. Creativity results from being disruptionist. Be disruptionist in your thought, be disruptionist in your action, be disruptionist in everything that you do. And it is the power of human beings, human thoughts, that will enable the bailout of current conundrum. With change and creativity comes hope. Hope as a powerful tool of survival. Life exists until hope is alive. You lose hope and you are dead. There's no point in surviving as a hopeless animal. And you are not animals, as I said, you are Homo sapiens, the best of the species ever created. The vagaries of calamity of coronavirus should not disturb you. Birds do chirp, flowers continue to bloom. Why are you disturbed? Hope has to be essentially a mandatory, meaningful manipulation of life. People lose hope and then they fall victim to depression. Hope has to be essential and mandatory manipulation of thought. The current situation, greater future is assured only for those who can hold the flag of their hope high in the sky. Friends, you lose hope, you can't be creative. The current situation will ease soon. The threat in air will subside. A new sun is bound to rise high on the sky. Do keep yourself loaded with dose of self-belief, hope, confidence. And we do not only maintain social distancing, but also keep a delicate balance in our time allocation to meddle in the living life. And that's most important. When you throw a stone in the pond, the ripples disturb the water all around. And this is what you have got to do if you want to confront. And then you'll be a better human being. Likewise, when you launch a negative thought in the universe, it creates mental turbulence for many people in reach of your frequency. So why not be positive? Why not be hopeful? Why not be creative? As a matter of fact, this is a time when Mrs. Reality and Mr. Dreams need to meet. Everything will be right. Irrespective of what happens around you, you are destined to succeed. You just need to have a positive attitude, says Mr. Dream. And the power of the mind is so great that in fact one has in one mind the thought and eventually overcome one's life's troubles. Think great, have great should be the mantra. That's why this is the time when Mrs. Reality and Mr. Dream need to meet and make you a better human being. A better thyself process starts with creativity, with hope, with the meeting of the dream and the reality, with the fruition of your dreams. And then that would enable you. And then another thing, this is a time when you can think of sustained living. The life till now has not been self sustaining, it has been a disrupted life, and to be self sustaining is the mantra of progress. So, hope, creativity, self sustaining, where Mrs. Reality and Mr. Dream meet, would be your mantra for being a better human being. You need to understand that in this self-induced solitude, or rather should I say, corona-induced solitude, you have an opportunity. And this opportunity, if you use properly, you can be a better human being. This opportunity is for you to develop within you the capability of being a better person. Now, when I say better person, I do not mean getting more money. This is a time where you have to develop your creative faculties, sharpen your intellect, sharpen the speed of your mind. Why is it that you are feeling drowsy? This is a time of intense activity, and that intense activity would make you what you ought to be. You know, when Tennyson wrote in Ulysses, to strive, to seek, to find, and not to yield. That is basic credo of hope, change, creativity to be a better human being. And this coronavirus is giving you an opportunity, an absolute opportunity, an undisturbed opportunity to be so. Find yourself, strive to do better, and do not yield to the fear of corona. Do not yield to the misinformation that is dished out to you in your televisions, in your newspapers, and the government newsletters and the so called news, which are basically recipes for disaster, for depression, and for mental health being destroyed. Take coronavirus as a challenge to be overcome, and you can overcome it provided you are willing to adapt yourself. Now, change is a base for adaptation. I do not say bring a revolutionary change, let it be an evolutionary process. Secondly, this change has to be aided by creativity. And that creativity is, as I said earlier, the dreams merging into reality and creating a mass, a critical mass that would enable you to face the adversity with a smiling face and a light heart without burdening your brain and thought and mind. I do not believe in the yoga, which is a contortion of body, you know that. I do not believe in meditation, but yes, you need mindfulness at this time. And that mindfulness will make you feel that coronavirus is a heaven sent opportunity for you to adapt, to change, and to be creative. And to be creative, think new avenues, avenues of expressing yourself, avenues when you can do better than others are doing, avenues when you can give a lead to the others. You are to be a candle in the pitch darkness, giving light and hope and succor. Today happens to be Good Friday. And Good Friday in the time of coronavirus shows I am the life and I am the death. I am the resurrection from death. This resurrection of Jesus Christ should translate itself into resurrection of your capability as a human being. If you think you can't do it, then you are not a human being. You are just an animal. I'm sure you are not that. And if you are not that, then you want to elevate yourself to the height of being a God, take this opportunity as an opportunity created by nature for you to be a better human being. Use coronavirus to better thyself. Use it today, use it now, and you would enjoy it. Be happy in coronavirus. Be creative in coronavirus. Be a better human being in coronavirus. Thank you.